Alright guys, this is going to be part one of a metal art piece that I'm working on. I work for Guardian Angel. I am the ground radio communications person for a pararescue unit in the Air Force. And so for a hobby, I like to do a little bit of metal art, and so I'm making this piece. This right here is the Guardian Angel emblem for the pararescue units in the Air Force. So I'm going to make it out of 1" by 1/8" flat bar stock. So you're going to have the flat bar, it's going to be all the white lines, and then I'm going to inlay some real nice wood, whether it be walnut, mahogany, or some sort. But in the process, I'm using this metal craft bender to roll and bend. I got this stuff in trade. It's like $2,500 in metal bending equipment I got. But I got it for an old hot tub that we had left behind in our house. So the guy wanted to trade straight up. I was like, great. So anyways, so that's what I'm working on right now. This is going to be part one. One thing I did want to show you is, so I'm going to be TIGging this. And one of the biggest problems with TIG is the metal has to, as you all know, the metal has to be super clean. You can't have any mill scale. You can't have anything. It's not like stick or MIG where, well, MIG you got to clean it up, but TIG even more so. But I'm tired of using a grinder to clean up all the mill scale because it just takes forever. So I did some research online, and I didn't want to use muriatic acid because I don't want to be dealing with anything toxic or having to mess with it later on to dispose of it. And I found a guy who did one with apple cider vinegar. And so I decided to try it. And so last night I put my pieces in. There's the pieces for the world of that. So you can see the world part right there. That's all the pieces in there. But that's 12 hours. All that mill scale is just falling off. And in about another 10 hours, I'm going to pull it all out. And supposedly, it'll just wipe right off. That mill scale will just wipe right on off. But I'll let you guys know. I'll pull it out. Do a side-by-side comparison. And we'll see how it works out. Again, I'll show you guys, this is just part one of the project that I'm working on. I'll probably show you me TIGging up the world, because I'm going to do the world first and I'm building out. These right here are the arms. Can't see, but so this is going to get, this piece is going to, whoops, actually this goes like this. A little extra left over, but I'll cut that off. See, it's got the little arch just like right over here. And I'll do a 90-degree bend. This will roll like that. I'll do a 90-degree bend or whatever. Actually, I don't think it's 90, but I gotta double check it. And as you see, that's gonna match up. I might have to put a little bit more. Roll on that. Actually, no. And then the 90-degree bend right there and then it will connect to the world that I've already got sitting in there. So I did both arms already. I'm gonna start on the wings now. So, yep. All right, this is part one. I just want to do a little quick video on how I'm actually bending these arms and how I'm using this bender from Metalcraft. This thing's pretty cool. You can do a bunch of stuff. It's got spacers. You can roll stuff. You can bend it. And this is just one of like 8 different of their tools that I own. Yeah, I'm pretty happy that guy was willing to trade $2,500 worth of metal bending tools for an old hot tub, which was when we bought the house left behind. Alright, so you see I did the first bend on this one. This was that piece I showed you originally that I was doing for the arms of that Guardian Angel, the Guardian Angel emblem. So now I'm doing the second bend here, and I'm going to show you how I'm doing this. So all I'm doing is this has a 60-degree die and a 90-degree die. I have it on the 60 because this is that way I can bend past the flex point. So on this 90-degree die, you don't really get 290 because when you bend it and you get it resting on there, when you release the pressure, it flexes back. This one lets me bend past that 90 to make sure I get that 90 flex. So I'm just, shoot. You know what? Without paying attention. There you go. I'm more focused on doing a video than actually what I was supposed to be doing, and I think I just messed it up. Well, we're gonna find out. So, take you guys right over here. Now see, here's the arm I'm working on. And sure as shit, man, I overbent it. So, you can see right here. So I'm going to try to reverse that just a little bit. Luckily, this is only 1 inch stock, so it ain't nothing crazy. Okay. That's good enough for me, for that arm. Now I need to bend this. I think I marked this one poorly. Well, this is kind of upsetting. Well, actually, I'm not too concerned because this doesn't need to be exact. But you can see where I have exit, so I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to bend this back into where it would hit the world. But I'm not going to cut this till I've tigged the world in, because then that way I can see exactly what lengths I need. But I just need to make sure that the other side that I do, the other arm, is the exact same. So, using this as our template, we'll go back to over here. Alright. Alright, so where are we at? Like that, boom, I'm happy with that. Now when I get the world tigged up, then what I'll do is I'll go lop off these extras. I think I am going to do the 90-degree bends in here real quick right now, or I believe they're more than that. No, it might just be a 90. I'm going to do those now. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So let's go ahead and knock out those 90s and see how those come out. So I just use this little mark-all to mark this where I want this bend to go. You know, I've seen a lot of reviews about these mark-all pencils, and honestly, I'm not impressed, man. I mean, I don't know if there's a better option. I don't think there is, but you know, you make one mark and the tip always breaks. It's a really soft lead, and constantly sharpen it. At least for precise. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too picky. It's the best option that I've had, I guess, because I can't find anything else. But it just didn't live up to what I thought it was going to be. Well, maybe I'm probably just being too picky. So as you see, I've got the arms, the world. I'll cut these off once I get the world tacked up and I see what length I want. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'll throw these in the vinegar. After I'll pull those world pieces out later on today. I'll tack that up, and while I'm tacking that up, I'll throw these pieces in. I'm going to work on the wings and stuff next. But yeah, so there's just a little video on how I'm using that tool, or one aspect of that tool. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll keep you guys posted with the product. Alright, here's a continuation of me working on this project, this Guardian Angel project here. Right now I'm doing the wings. You saw me do the arms earlier, that was where I last left off. Well, I've just continued working, but so the way I did this one first, I did it really long on the end, so I had a lot of leeway. This has actually been probably one of the most difficult pieces to do, because I have an arch here, then a counter arch there, and then another arch this way. So this piece has been pretty difficult to bend. The first one's not so hard, you just get it. So as you can see, that lines up pretty smooth just like that, and then the arm will be here, so I'll lop that much off and that much off over there. See that one? The hard part is getting it to mimic up on both sides. But I've done a pretty good job so far. As you can see, I've got I don't know if you can see, but this curve from here all the way around to here is perfect. The arch is just right, the bend is just right. It's a little tail over bent right here, but it doesn't matter because I'm lopping off like the last 2 inches, so right here it's perfect. So now I'm carrying on to do this final bend right here to get the flow of the wing. And you'll see that carries over to essentially like that. So I'm doing that flow, much like this one right there. You can see the flow of that wing. And these will get cut off here, cut off here, cut off here, cut off here. So it'll, don't pay attention to those tail ends. So with that being said, I'm taking this wing. That was my first one. I'm going to line this one up just away. And then I'm going to make my marks of where that bend starts. And that bend starts right about here. Mark all. Just mark this bad boy. That's where the big bend starts. Okay. So we're going to start the bend, and then we're going to start the big bend right there. I might have overbent that. We'll see. We'll just carry it on out. And that, my friend, are 2 perfect wings. You'll see this is going to roll like this. And this one's going to roll like that. And again, these will get lopped off there, and these will get lopped off there. So the part that I'm working with is just perfect. I'm pretty stoked with that. I'm good with that. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this build. Alright, so this is just a little continuation of this video. I just finished up doing the wings, which I just saw which you guys just watched me do. I did want to just see how this apple cider vinegar was working. It hasn't been in here 24 hours like they recommend. But I went ahead and pulled out one of those little scraps. So there's 2 little pieces underneath that bar right there are scrap. There's actually a 3rd piece. So it's been in there for 12 hours now. And I wanted to just see after 12 hours what the difference was. And utilizing just a steel brush and a paper towel, this is what it comes up with. So this is what it looks like before it went in. And this is what it looks like here. And I didn't apply a lot of pressure with that. Wire brush. It pretty much just wiped off. Now, by utilizing that apple cider vinegar, there's still an acidic value or a film that's on here. So it's recommended that you do a baking soda and water solution that you rinse this off in, which is what I'll do. I'll rinse this off, and I'll have another bucket with just baking soda and water in just to wipe it off. But that is pretty clean. You can see where I was rolling. Yeah, that's ready for welding. I was messing around, seeing what I could do with different. I was trying different speeds, different powers, and then also not cleaning it. So you can see what happens when you're messing around with different speeds and different powers. It get terrible welds. That was just with the MIG. I was just fooling around on that. But yeah, this is just 12 hours, and this is barely brushing, and that thing is as clean as it can be. I think that would be TIG ready, as opposed to that. And that just fell right off. I literally did nothing. I mean, I literally just took a wire brush to it to see how hard it was going to be, and I realized, man, it just came right off. You can see all the mill scale just falling right off. Yeah, I'll pull those out later on tonight, and then I'll put the wings in there. All right. Thought you guys might enjoy that.